Hello and welcome. Let me make sure sound is good. That is always the first thing you should check. All right, sound is perfect. The sound is perfect. The sound. I believe I sound better than I used to doing comms because I recently bought a $175 headphone, which was I bought it like a few months ago. So when I listen to myself on stream now, I realize I do sound better. So more money, more quality, the better, isn't it? But yeah, ready up, people. Let's go. 17 drivers on track. This is going to be very interesting. Bakey, some drivers from tier two. Shout out Bakey, Jaja Bing, Stephanie Luke. Who else now? Pax. Uh, and yeah, those drivers will be reserving for their teams from tier two. Hopefully, we'll do a good job for them. Honestly, as a reserve, a good job is just finishing the race and getting those points. Because how much less points can you get than your other driver? If your other driver is not a front runner and he gets like an average of 16 points a race weekend, and you reserve up and you get 12, that's four less points. That's just like your main driver having a bad day. So, as a reserve driver, as long as you finish, you've done a good job for your team. That's how it always is. So, shout out to everyone who's reserved this season and going points for their team. Um, it's very appreciated. But here we go now. It's going to be qualifying first, as always. Short quality welcomes from Warm for the rest. One Neil, one from the rest. I know your name on stream, but who are you on the in the Discord? So I can remember. If you can tell me, on this, who are you? Who are you? Who are you known? What are you known as in Discord? So I know. Because I'm trying to remember. I think I know who you are. Yeah. I fully because fuck this. If I know what I'm saying, I'll try to. All right, who's going to be the first to come out? That's always the question in quali. Who's going to be the first to lay down some rubber? Some people don't like coming out first because probably won't get the quickest time that you can get on your first run. You want someone else to also to go out there and lay down the rubber, but sometimes they go out there to make sure that they can have three runs. But the question is, would the soft tires be any good in this track? I don't think so. The amount of corners that you have to undertake, I feel like there will just be too much wear on the soft to be useful here. So it's going to definitely be a medium hard strategy. But what allocation would the drivers have gone for? Hard allocation or balance allocation? I feel like in a lot of races this season, that harder allocation has probably been the best strategy. So you always have that option to start on hards. Jaja Bing, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Who doesn't know Yeah, yeah, yeah. We know him. Oh, I don't really know your name one, one for the rest. But I know Jaja for sure. How are you racing? How are you racing and typing, man? What's wrong with you? Focus on the race, man. It has to be his partner or something or like a friend. We'll see if he'll be typing while he's out on track. But here we go. Jaja is going to go out there. He's not the first to go out though. It's Red Visa RB. I think Visa RB have the brighter blue color this season. AKZ Deadly, who's teaming up with Bakey, came in for the Visa RB here. And we need a good result. A reminder to everybody: this is round 9 from last week, the race that was missed due to EA problems. Typical EA. So we're doing it again. So the tier 1 calendar will just be push 1 week forward. Yeah, that's it. So it's going to be Imola this week, which was meant to be last week. Then next week will be the race that was meant to be this week. But we're going to stick with AKZ Delhi, who's going to be the first to set a lap. And I expect him to get a good one at that. now a few corners to begin. On Visa, I'll be getting a podium this week with Isaac Haja taking the bad luck of Lando Norris having to retire from the race and taking that podium. Can that good luck turn to very good circumstances for the Visa RB team? Honestly, it maybe can, because I remember us in Kickstarter we're not really doing too well at the start of the season, but since Nico Hulkenberg got that third place in Silverstone, it feels like we've not had a bad week so far. Have wins and podiums everywhere, and sometimes maybe that's what you need. Well, there's yellow flags in front as someone is trying to get out the way of people. That's an Alpine. That's Pax, the only Alpine on track, so to be easy to spot him. Oh, there's a McLaren. There's a McLaren. Yes, the McLaren was starting a lap, and it looks like Pax did block him, and Destroyer Jack had to go off track there. As he's absolutely cutting the grass. That is a lawnmower right now. Oh, they're side by side. It's not time for racing, lads. Not yet. As Parkour is out of the session, I believe she might be doing her engine pen. But we're going to head to AKZ Delhi. We saw that he did black his lap, so he's going to have to do another one. But Jar Jar Bing still on his lap, so he's going to be the first to finish one. And we'll see what time he can set. Let's go, lads. Keep up the end. And also being going up and walking socks. Yeah. Come on, Red Bull. Good to see you guys in the chat. Hopefully this is going to be a very interesting one. The Common Red Bull and Deadly supporters in the chat again. Can he get that win that he's looking for? In Silverstone, Silverstone was his first win here, but he wants another one for sure. After the DNF in Baku, if you all remember, Jaja Bing now with 1:16.5, the first set the lap. With the DNF in Baku, he was feeling bad about that one. Could this be redemption day for him? As Silky Stevens across the line, 1:61, faster than Jar Jar Bing by 4/10. You look slightly expect that because Silky Stevens is a tier 1 driver, rested both 1:69. It's 4/10 lower than Jar Jar Bing. Stephanie Luke goes up to P1, 1:15.5. What a time that is! What a time that is from the Red Bull, as Mr. P even shows that you can go faster. 1:14.5, a second faster than the Red Bull. And looks like that 1:16 is not a good time at all. And those drivers that set that would definitely want to improve, as the Ferrari of Wizard Rex will be crossing the line. What's it going to be for him? So it's going to be a 1:16.7 for Wizard Rex. Destroyer Jack was blocked on his first push lap, so that's why his time is that slow. Rusted Bolt, we do expect more from him. Next to cross the line is going to be the Kick Sauber. Okay, they're about to start laps, so I think it's the Ferrari behind them. Boy Knockout to finish, and it's going to be 1:59 for Boy Knockout, getting to the 1:15. Alpine, the only Alpine on track, going into the pits. He's lost a little bit of his wing. Did he make contact with Drac when that happened? Probably. He might have gotten a 5-place grid penalty. We'll see at the end of this one. But Jar Jar Bing in the P6 will be coming into the pits. He will have at least 2 more runs in quali. And the Aston Martin of Silky Stevens crossing the line, 1:16.1. Can he improve at the end of this one? We will see. He knows he has to improve, as the McLaren of Destroyer Jack with a 1:15.5 goes P3. Ivy 1:49, 4/10 lower than Mr. P. We know Mr. P is strong here at Imola. He does say that, and he does show that, getting a win at Imola in the league that he races in. A strong performance, and this time around on equal cars, it's even going to be crazy, maybe even a bit easier for him to get again. But we know he does have the threat of Ivy, Destroyer Drac, even AKZ Deadly. Those drivers can all compete for a win. Also, Merck never writes out Merck, already with 2 wins this season, and he gets another. Here we go. The Kickstarter boys will cross the line. P9 for Salty, 1:16.8, and Merck will be next to cross the line, who will be going into the pits, abandoning his lap on this one. That one doesn't believe he will have been a quick enough lap as Salty Stevens into the top 10. A few drivers still yet to set a time. Parkour and Warren are out of the session, so it seems like those two will be doing their engine penalties today. The Aston Martin of Silky Stevens, 1:16.1, going into the pits. He did black his lap. He was trying to improve, but it seems like he's blacked it, and he's going to have to go in for fresh rubber. Rusted Bolt will finish his lap. He's looking to improve. He wants to improve. He does give a 6/10 improvement. 1:16.3 though. Can't still get into the 1:15. And that's just going to be P7 for the Haas driver, as the Williams and the McLaren of Jar Jar Bing and Destroyer Jack, I believe, are coming out of the pit. Oh, that's Mr. P are coming out of the pits. A bit of a block from Jaja. Ooh, almost making contact, those two there. Lucky enough, they did not. I think Mr. P, someone who likely can get pole position here, will not like a 5-place good job for making contact with someone else on track in quali. I mean, no one like a 5-place good job, but knowing that you can start from the front makes it even worse. But there we go. The Alpine off track again. I think he's just trying to make space for people, but I think he's struggling. He's struggling to move away for people. I don't think it's that hard. Just watch your map. I think that's a big reason why it's important to have a full map. I feel like the half map is just doesn't really help. People have been saying stuff. I'm people pulling the plug in the last few races. That's the last time on the fastest. That's the last time on the fastest tonight. Come on, Aston from Kingy. The Aston are doing a good job. Insult, I believe, the last race winner in this tier. He won Baku, didn't he? Yeah, Insult, the last race winner in this tier, will be looking to get it once again. He wasn't there last week, but lucky for him and Salty Stevens, the race was rescheduled, so he can race this week. AKZ Delhi has now gone to the top, 114.4. I didn't clock that. AKZ Delhi now has taken provisional pole position from Mr. P, who will look to improve. Let's stick with the McLaren here. It's 400th down on his quickest time. He will have to look for an improvement in these next two sectors. Left-hander, very quick one. Another one as he heads down the hill. We get to the double right-hander. You're going to have to perfect this corner. Make sure you hit that apex on the right. Straighten that car. Don't extend too hard. You don't want to block your lap as you head now to the chicane. This is where you can get a lot of time. He's 700 up on his time as he heads down now to the back. The back straight here. It's a short one. A very short one, actually. As he now to his left-hander to the final corner of, oh my god, of the session. I saw a drop of rain. This definitely will mean that Mr. P can't take that pole position because he's up on his time. Can he get that pole position here? No, he cannot. He does not do enough to take it from AKZ, but that means AKZ is definitely going to be your pole sitter. Nobody definitely can improve when the rain starts to fall. I don't see any improvements when the rain starts to fall. I mean, significant improvement. You can see improvement, but significant improvement, hardly. So AKZ Delhi will definitely be your pole sitter here today. All he has to do is sit down in the pit, and he knows that he can get it. Anybody else on the lap currently that is up? Let's see. We have Silky Stevens about to begin his lap. He's definitely going to improve on the one he did on a dry track. Merck had to finish it a 1:16.3. Not the lap that he was definitely looking for. But because the track just decided to get a little bit wet, your first lap in quali was very, very important. As the kick-out bars of Merck and Salty Stevens were going to have to settle for 12 and 13. This is not the best day for them, but we'll see how much they can recover in the race. AKZ Deadly, though, definitely will be your pole sitter. The rain is pouring. I don't see improvements anywhere. Mr. P going into the pits for sure. Or he's actually, yeah, he's going into the pits. And he's definitely not going to come out again. He's enough experience. He knows, I don't know. But is the rain just starting and stopping? No, let's stay on board. Let's stay on board. Yeah, we can see a little drops of rain there. And I'm not going crazy. Yes, it's on the screen now. And that definitely means that times are not going to be improving. And that means that the VZRB of AKZ Deadly takes pole position in a rain-induced race here. quali here at Imola. Luke, the highest of the reserves in P6. A good quali for him, the Red Bull team. Would definitely be happy with that, as his teammates will be having an engine penalty today and will be starting from the back. As FC, they're all going to the pits now. That would definitely be the end of qualifying. A few drivers already retiring. That's AKZ. They're still out there, surprisingly. Still out there. Maybe he just wants to fill out the track. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's too slippery now. Has Warner not taken his penalty already? Has he? I mean, I'm not on the team. I don't know. Do you? If he has, maybe he just like crashed or something. Maybe he just crashed. I don't remember. I mean, I don't think I didn't do comms in tier one from race one all the way to now. So he probably did it and I wasn't aware. But yeah, worrying that starting from the back. Today, as point out. Oh, Pax off again, going into the wall. Interesting from Pax. I think you're meant to control your car, sir. Is he gonna park on track? Very interesting stuff from Pax here. Seems like the Alpine, the wild Alpine, parks his car right on the grass. He's scoping out to see any prey that he can catch. But it seems like all the prey have gone into the pits. So he's going to move with the pink livery. It's easy to spot out here in the wild. As he's going through his races, that's what he needs to do. Hopefully he doesn't lose the prey that he's hunting. And this has been William Attenborough on Wild Days, Wild Drivers with Pax. Anyways, it's wet. That's going to be the end of quali. That's going to not yet, but there we go. No, he said not yet, Warner. So yeah, he hasn't taken it. So we'll see what Warner can do from the back. So no, it's going to be a very difficult one, especially here at Imola. I would have thought no one will be going for engine pens and tracks like this, but some people have the cojones, some people have the balls to do it. And we'll see how much that will work out for Warren out. But that will be the end of quali. 4 minutes to go here. Nobody else will be coming out. We have one driver out on track. It's Jaja Bing. Just wants to fill out the inters. I mean, if it's going to grain in the race, this might be a good time to fill out those inters to see how it will be. Why does this right tire look like it's floating? It's not touching the ground. Am I the only one seeing that? Yes. Look, the right tire isn't touching the ground. Look at that. I don't, He's right. Yeah, I'm not the one. I'm not the one who sees that. It's, both front tires are not touching the ground. They even look like they're bending in. Very interesting. All right, yo, get in the pits. Let's end quali, right? But he just wants to fill out the inter. I understand. So we're going to just stick with Jada then. That Jada is going to be the entertainment for the last few minutes of quali. Throw your bets in. Who says he loses it? He loses the back end. I know he's listening to this. He's going to do his best not to. 10 bucks on Jaja losing his back end. Anyone going once, going twice? Oh, hey! He's off track. A little bit of a lock up there. Entertainment from Jaja with his white and red helmet. Interesting helmet. It doesn't look like a helmet that he edited himself because it doesn't have too much detail. Maybe he likes it not having too much detail, just the white and the red. Wait, see, look at his right tire, not even touching the ground. How are you gonna drive with your tire not touching the ground? This is very interesting. I don't know that part of engineering. Maybe it's too advanced for me. Your floating front tires, hovering front tires. Maybe that's the new age of Formula One. The new regulations. The cars don't touch the ground anymore. What's the point of ground effect anymore? As Jaja. Someone else is out there. He's Pax again. Are we going to watch another wild Pax? Let's watch wild Pax. As Pax CP's out. Ooh, he's on the gravel. He's making a little bit of noise, so his prey has heard him. And he has to hide now behind the trees, behind the grass. His prey darted for their lives as he touched the gravel and made a little bit too much noise. And that has been wild driving from Pax. And I've been William Attenborough. And he's out of the session. And he will be starting in P15. We got Jaja going to the pits, and that will be the end. That will be the end. So what's it going? Please, thank you for going in. Thank you for going in, Jaja. You've been the one we're waiting for. Let's watch him. Finally. And we can start quali, can't we? I mean, we can start the race, can't we? 5-minute break, as always. I think everybody knows this. Go take a piss, take a shit if you're quick enough, and do what you have to do to return and watch and race or watch this beautiful race. AKZ Delhi is going to start in pole position as Mr. P would take P2. He hasn't retired from the session, P and Jaja, so they're just... Okay, Jaja has gone now, so it's just Mr. P. He has to retire for us today, but I don't think he's going to. 30 seconds to go. It's pointless at this point. And the whole quali was done. Deadly got provisional pole position halfway through. I think there was about 6 minutes to go when he did get that provisional, 7 minutes ago, and the rain started pouring. I know all the drivers must have seen that, but I wonder why. I wonder why they did not all start like, you know, come out in quali very quick, knowing that the rain was going to start. It took them some time, didn't it? I think there was a minute and so. That was at least two, maybe even 2 minutes before a bunch of them even came out. So I would think that they would have rushed out knowing that it is going to rain later in the session. But yeah, like I said, a little bit of good luck for Visa RB and Isaac Charger, and it's good luck now set to AKZ Delhi, who will take pole position. I will be back in 5 minutes. It's time to go! It's time to race. Let's go, people. R.I.P. Claude. That time, that 5 minutes, I went to get some food. Good luck to everybody, yes. I'm relaying that message to all the drivers. Good luck from Jaja Bing. Good luck from me too. Hopefully, everyone has a good race. We enjoy it. And there's going to be 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights ahead of the drivers. Round 9 at Imola. And it's lights out, foot to the floor, and go, go, go. AK's deadly with a strong start with the hard tires. He can pull away from the driver in P2 as Inso will get in front of Ivy, who will also try and get in front of the Aston Martin. Tries him round the outside. They're not going to make contact. They keep going. Destroy the drag, losing a few places there. Goes behind Stephanie Lou. As the Ferrari of Wizard Vex also losing a few places, Merck already making a few. Salty Steven falling down the order as he starts on hard. He's damage on the end plate of the kick Sauber. Then he definitely will be thinking about a pit stop. Warner wants to make those places after starting from the back, but your pole sitter, AKZ Deadly, will start very strong and stay very strong ahead of the rest. He's on those hard tires. What strategies have these drivers decided to go for? Let's switch up that telemetry, that and that. Lots of them on the mediums, a few starting hard tires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers starting on the hards. Merck already making a lot of places up to P10. He goes, will try and pull away from the rest of the drivers behind him. Jaja Bing, does he have the pace to hold on to Merck in front? Because he's going to have the problem of the Ferrari of Wizard Vex behind him, so we'll need that DRS to make sure that overtake is not made at Pax TP. I think he's out of the session. I'm not too sure. AKZ Deadly with the quickest lap at the start here, obviously. First to finish. A lap as Parkour and Warner switching places. Yellow flags at the back. It is for Warner. It's like something has happened to the Red Bull driver. Pax going through. Wizard Vex and Bakey Game is switching places. Bakey will make that overtake on the Ferrari up to P12. He goes and Jaja will be in front of him. Luke doing a great job as a reserve now in P5 behind Ivy. We just keep pushing for the Red Bull team, and his teammate have to start making up the places. Mr. P behind AKZ Deadly is on those mediums. You want to make the move as soon as possible. You do not want to sit behind the Visa RB here, knowing that he's on the mediums. His tires will start to wear out in that dirty air behind the Visa RB. So the overtake must be made by the McLaren. His championship contender, Merck and Ivy behind him. Merck down in P10. Ivy, the championship leader, 24 points ahead of Merck as we speak. In a good position, but he'll be looking to beat his competitors around him today. But it's a patient game of waiting, especially in a track here. Like Imola, as Insult loses a bit, and it seems like the Mercedes might have tapped him, but lucky for him, that wing is still intact as Insult. A bit of a mistake there. And can Mr. P get ahead of AKZ Deadly? He's going to be gaining. He's using a lot of that ERS, and the DRS looks to go for the inside, but Deadly will keep the optimal line and keep the lead of this race. Wizard Vex switching again with Bakey Gaming back to P12. Wizard goes. The heart of Parkour was looking for it on the inside, but there was nothing doing as, oh my god, Salty Stevens, still with damage on his wings, decides to stay out. He'll be looking to change that wing maybe under a safety car, or when he does come in for his pit stop, or maybe he doesn't feel like he's losing that much time to come in to warrant a pit stop. Let's see if anybody else has damage on track. Let's see, everyone has a clean end plate all around. How about the kick Sauber of Merck? Busted Bolt is okay, Merck is okay, everyone else in front is okay. So all good. Insult is okay. It is the best spot to see it. Alright, yeah. They're all good. No damage except on the kick Sauber of Salty Stevens. For AKZ Deadly, another chance for Mr. P to get by now. And he will have to do it. He has to do it. It's now or never. Because those hard tires, few more laps now, will start to be better. But here we go. With that DRS, we'll be gaining on AKZ. But it doesn't look like he will have enough. AKZ just too far ahead. Or is he? As Mr. P gains on him. picks the inside. Wake is fighting round the outside. He's going to, but Mr. P in that McLaren will take the lead of this race. Ivy now will have to take the opportunity to try and get past AKZ, but nothing to AK looking for the inside, but he can't get it done there. Very tight corner to be looking for a move, and McLaren will take the lead of this one. Very difficult to make overtakes as round the outside. The Haas is going to go on the Ferrari. What a move by Rusted Bolt. He clears Boy Knockout. Mark is going to take the opportunity and also get past the Ferrari of Boy Knockout and up to P9. He goes, Mark and Rusted Bolt are going to start making up those places. And it was a beautiful move round the outside. A show of courage, a show of traction from the Haas on those hard tires round the mediums of Boy Knockout. As Mercedes looking for the inside, can't find it. Everyone tries to stay out of that dirty air. Get as less wear as possible, as less dirty air as possible, because you know how strong it is on this game, especially Mr. P. Odell second ahead of Deadly. This is exactly what he needs. He knows that he has those medium tires on his car. He has to start pulling away from Deadly now, because in a few laps, Deadly's tires will be at the optimal position to keep him close by. 1:18.1 from Mr. P, the quickest lap so far. You know how strong he is here at Imola, and he is showing that. This pack now has pulled away from the other pack behind, as the Ferrari is now being overtaken by Jar Jar Binks, who moves up to P10 as Parkour now gets past Bakey Gaming. Wariner was not the best option to get his engine penalty here today. Oh, that's off the track. That is Bakey. Or that's Parkour. That's Parkour off the track. And she's going to lose places to Salty Stevens for sure, and Wariner for sure. And she drops down to the back. P16 for Parkour. As Bakey and Jar Jar is now off the track. Bakey's off the track. Looks like they might have come together. The Visa LB and the Williams, tier 2, both tier 2 reserves. Looks like fighting going into the chicane might have come together and are both on the gravel. They're going to lose even more places. That they haven't losing more time to the pack in front, as Salty has now made all the places going a little bit off there. Definitely going to get a warning for that. But this top 10, this top 9 know that the pack behind them are just too far to be thinking about racing there. Now Boy Knockout out of the session. Boy Knockout out of the session. Hopefully this car doesn't retire him. His teammate is going to slide by him. Wizard Rex going up to the top 10. And Mr. P now still 8/10 ahead of Deadly, who is he's mizing those tires. He knows that the hards are reaching that point where they will be better than the mediums. Good job from the Ivy to avoid the Aston. Yep, that was very close. Gonna have to race next season. Haha, the deck is loving it. Deck is absolutely loving it. It's like, I want to race here. Oh, down the inside, insult. Oof. Takes it from Ivy. The deck, you don't need it. Look at what insult does. He might even be better than Deck. You know, he got his first race win faster than Deck did. Deck's a fraud. A very, very good replacement for Deck insult has been, hasn't he? Let's see what he can do this race. Don't just make a mistake again. He has overtaken Ivy once again. Whoever it is, Deck, insult, they're still cooking Ivy, aren't they? But the championship leader will still be in there, and he's the Champions League leader for a reason. A very good driver, Ivy. And we'll see what he can do here today. He knows that he has to keep up with the top 4. Deck, insult is out of that DRS. Ivy can go for a move very soon. Maybe next lap. Oh, going off there. Not the best way to go for a move. Putting his car on the gravel will slow him down a little bit. But Destroyer Track now will be gaining on Stephen Luke. He's used all his ERS stuff very low on the ERS, as you can see on the dashboard of his wheels there. So Luke will keep that pace from Destroyer Track. Parkour right behind Wariner. We're also looking for, you can't see Stephen make on Destroyer, but I know he cannot. Wariner behind Salty, still behind Salty. He's been behind Salty for a while now, but he's going to look for it on the inside. He's going to get it on the inside. Salty's not going to fight that too hard because he knows Wariner has the pace to pull them forward. Parkour, after the mistake, has caught up to them once again, and she's just right behind Salty and Wariner, who will be trying to get up to Wizard Rex 2 seconds up the road, who is now 10 seconds away from the pack. Destroyer Drac and Luke side by side. Destroyer Drac making a move in an audacious place, gets up to P5. Luke now making contact with the McLaren, and he can keep going. 2 seconds now, they're off the pack. So these two will have their own personal fight, joined by Rusted Bolt and Merc. The Destroyer Drac will be the leader of that pack, and the other McLaren will be the leader of this one. McLaren showing why they're leading the constructors. So always strong drives from them, no matter what. Oh, someone else is off track again. Oh, safety car. That's a safety car. 10-second penalty for Salty. Oh, severe collision with Parkour. 10-second penalty for him. Oh, it looks like they might have come together when the safety car came out. Maybe a big bump. But I think Salty will be able to take that 10-second penalty going into pace. This will be the perfect time for Salty to change his wing. Same thing for Parkour. A bit of a recovery for a lot of drivers here. Oh, it's just a virtual safety car. It's not a full safety car. The yellow safety car is not. It's just a virtual safety car. Interesting. I think they are back racing now. Even if it's, are they back racing? Yes, it seems like they are back racing. Even if it's showing a full yellow track. Let me see. Let me go on. No, they're not racing. They're still there. They're not racing. Yeah, they're still on that VSC. Yeah, still on that VSC. Interesting here. DRS has now been enabled. There we go. VSC now out. Parkour and Salty Stevens had to go into the pits. It seems like they might have been the ones to bring out that VSC, changing onto the hard tires. Parkour and getting a fresh wing. Seems like she did the harder allocation on this one. Now, but did she start on the hard or she start on the mediums? I saw Salty will also be going on the hard tire. Did he change? Why didn't he change his wing? He did not change his wing. A terrible decision from Salty Stevens, and definitely will have to go into the pits again. Decided not to change his wing. Parkour did change hers, so he's going to quickly gain on him in front. But there we go. Merck now in P7, right behind Rusted Bolt, catching all his drivers in front. Who lost places here? Destroyer Jack went into the pits. Insult went into the pits. They decided to take advantage of that VSC and go into the pits. But can the tires go to the end? They probably will. 22. I don't know about that. 22 laps to the end. The hards will be absolutely dead at the end there, but they will try it for sure as Luke taken by Silky Stevens in the Aston Martin, and Rusted Bolt is also going to join that one. Can Merkos be the third driver to get past Luke? No, he will not be, but two drivers sliding past the Red Bull, and this is the ruthless aggression of Tier 1, and that is what Luke is feeling here. That's two drivers in one corner getting past him, and he now has the pressure of Merck, who will go on the inside. Will he take a place from Luke? He knows that it's going to be a dangerous one here. Luke gets that 3-second penalty after extending in his fight with Merck. Merck will take it round the outside as he head to the quick right-hander here. Can the Kicksauber finish it? Yes, he can on those hard tires, which are definitely better than the mediums right now. He slides past the Red Bull as there's more. Yeah, I think that's Pax. Pax is fully out of the session here, and he will need race control to get him back. I don't know why he hasn't been brought back yet. But Mr. P now, his tires will not be stronger than AK's Deadly. This is what Deadly needs. The mediums will start to fall off at this point of the race. Ivy in P3 deciding not to come in that VSC. We're going to watch the drivers who came in that VSC. That was Destroyer Jack and Insult, to see exactly how this works out for them. As you can see, now they're just heading to the final corner, while the guys who they were around have left the first few corners. So bit of a distance between them. Insult now with the quickest lap, 1:17.4. The tires will fall off hard at the end. But I want to see if this will work as Merck tried it out the outside of Silky Stevens. They put Silky Stevens off his line. He's now going to pick the outside line, the optimal line. He can't hold it around the outside like Rusted Bolt did few laps ago, as he can't. Silky Stevens is going to use that ERS to keep in front of Merck. But Merck now, he's putting him under pressure and pulling him out of that DRS. This is exactly what the Kicksauber needs. Picking the optimal line. Silky Stevens on the defensive line there, and these drivers will keep fighting. Silky Stevens will try to get back in that DRS. 4 tenths that he will need to have Rusted Bolt in front. He's going to be under pressure from Merck if he doesn't do so, as Luke is behind them with a penalty. But Merck now will set it up, heading to turn 1. Mr. P doing a good job to make sure that Deadly doesn't pull away, and is going to use that DRS now to stay behind the Kicksauber of AKZ Deadly. I don't think he's close enough to make that move, as he's gaining on the Kicksauber, but that will not be enough for him. But here we go. Silky Stevens now will have no answer for the Kicksauber, who goes to the left, picks the inside line, and he will take P5 here. What a drive from Rusted Bolt and Merck as they are making up places. Luke looking for the inside on Silky there. Silky will go off because he was thinking about Luke on the inside. He gets that 3-second penalty. Oh, that was Salty actually. Silky going off and Salty getting a 3-second penalty. That confused me. I thought it was Silky who got it. Yeah, it happened right at the same time. But yeah, Silky will keep his place in P6, doesn't get the penalty, and will defend from the Red Bull behind. They are both on medium tires, so their tires will be around the same pace as Boy Knockout going to the pit. Boy Knockout is not. Oh yeah, he left the session a while ago, and nobody gave him an invite. I mean, we do have race control, so definitely we'll be sending them invites when they leave. But does Merck have the pace to pull in Rusted Bolt? Yes, he does. He's now into the DRS of Rusted Bolt in front. A little bit of a. That sounds like a lock up there. Oof, as he loses the back end a little bit there, that means that he's not going to have that DRS this time around, but he's going to have to push. Luke does have the DRS on the driver in front. Ivy has caught up to Mr. P. Looks like Mr. P made a tumultuous mistake as his championship contender are right behind him and will have that DRS to hold on to the McLaren deadly now in a very good position on those hard tires and away from the rest of them. And when will we be thinking about his pit stop? It's 12 laps in this one, and we're going to have 20 laps to go. The drivers are waiting in the VSC. I wonder how this is going to work out for them. But Luke gets past Silky Stevens up to P6. Silky will try it, but Luke is going to hold him behind. Going nowhere, buddy. Good driving from Luke so far. As he's a reserve. Win the best out of the rest of the reserve. Jaja Bing and Bakey did make contact in this race, and now they have a big buffer between them. Definitely will be some reports at the end of this one. Just goes to show you have to bottle for the big leagues. Does he have the bottle for the big leagues? He does have the bottle for the big leagues. Multiple time champion. Happens. But remember, at the start of the stream, I was talking about sometimes Formula 1 luck and bad luck does relate to our racing. Like I said, it kicks out, but when Hulkenberg got his podium, since then, we had a bad start of the season, but once we got his podium, we've been having great weeks every week. But yeah, and as you can see, the Visa RB are getting luck today, like Isaac Hajak did, and the McLaren, it's a little bit of a disaster. I won't call it for a full disaster, just a little bit of the mistake from him. But Destroyer Jack now will get past Ferrari up to P8. As Merck is still trying to get into the DRS of Rusted Bolts in front, but it doesn't seem like he will be able to. For now, it's going to push and try. Ivy 3/10 behind Mr. P. Now is with the time and losing the back end a little bit there. The clouds are starting to get grey. Is the rain going to pour? Is there rain scheduled for this race? It's going to be an interesting one. Ivy now behind Mr. Poem, and it's going to be an easy one for the Mercedes for sure if he does want to make the move on McLaren, as these two championship contenders will battle it out. Mr. P, all he has to do is beat Ivy and Merck today. He doesn't have to worry about AKZ. The AKZ can run away with the win. He doesn't have a chance to win the championship at the end of this season. But Mr. P does have a chance. Ivy as championship leader. Oh, Ivy goes into the pit. He's not going to go one more lap. He's going to go follow the McLaren right into the pit. Merck is going to keep going. He started on the hard tires, so he can keep pushing in this one, as the Red Bull is now under pressure from the Aston Martin of Silky Stevens, who will be gaining on him. Can he get the move done on the inside? He's going to go for it. Will the Red Bull defend it around the outside? Nothing doing, as the Aston Martin of Insult is going to be on those fresher hard tires. He will easily get past Luke here. Destroyer Jack will be gaining on Luke in front. Destroyer Jack and Insult definitely be looking for another pit stop in this race, but we will see. Maybe they'll be going to the end. Insult did extend his hard tires in Baku, if you can remember. He went for the one stop while everybody was in the two stop, I believe. So that's what gave him the race win. A strong race win for him. But Mark is not doing a good job. Bolt is not doing a bad. Not doing a good job. It's not doing a bad job. Bolt is not doing a bad job. These two, we'll see how this works out for them, because they didn't have a real good start in quali. Let's see where they start. Position change is 9 from both of them. Obviously, some drivers have gone into the pits, but they did make a lot of position at the start. Both starting P11 and P13 P11 and P12 respectively. So we'll see how much they can recover at the end of this one. That's worrying out. He's also made up some paces, but I believe he hasn't come into the pits yet. Nothing that much happening. Deadly ran away in front, so the fight for the lead is not really happening right now. Deadly is just going to be the leader here. Deadly is going to get that win that he threw away after DNFing in Baku. And this will now be his moment to get the full 35 points once again. Maybe with the 36 or the fastest lap. Destroyer Jack now will be getting past Luke on the inside. They are fighting again, these two, and they are making contact, forcing his way through. Destroyer Jack gets past Stephanie Luke. A good move from the McLaren, and he now moves up to P5. Great fight between those two. Elbows out, and the McLaren can make that place. Mr. P now and Ivy, we're going to keep watching them. They're close to Destroyer. Not too close, but they are close to him. So Destroyer definitely will have to come into the pits again. That strategy to go for fresh hards, maybe not the best, but as you can see, he's working well for Insult because he has now caught up to Merc on those fresher hards. Merc is going to let him through. He's not going to fight it too hard. A smart strategy from the Kickstarter because he knows that he can just stick behind the Aston Martin and use his DRS to keep pulling him away to extend the hards and use the mediums later on in this race. Oh, that little bit of rain I see. Is that little bit of rain I see. The drivers who decided to start on the hard tires might have picked the optimal strategy here. Would this rain keep pouring and will it be wet enough to go on the inters all the way to the end? The cloud was getting grey. Ivy and Mr. P will not like the sight of that because they will have to go into the pits once again. They will have to make their move on Destroyer Drag and the rest of them before the race starts, but they are not close enough for Ivy and Mr. P to do so. Ivy has gotten past the McLaren. And the rain has begun to pour. But will it be enough? Wizard Rex going very early for those inters. How early is it? Is it too early? Is it just right? DRS is still enabled. It's going to be a very interesting one from Wizard Rex here. Let's watch him. Let's actually stay on Wizard. And see if he'll gain time on them anytime soon. Nothing's really happening in front. Ivy and Mr. P will just keep helping each other. Insult right behind Rusted Bolt. Rusted Bolt will do the same thing that Merc did. Won't fight it too hard. Insult will get that place from him. And Rusted Bolt can use that DRS to keep him close. Sometimes racing is all about thinking. You don't have to fight everything in front of you. And Merc and Rusted Bolt showing their experience here and doing exactly that. Letting Insult go. But the race isn't over yet. It's going to be Inter's. Oh, as Wizard, as you can see, he's gaining on Bakey Gaming a little bit, but he's losing time again. It's just up and down, up and down. This is interesting. He is gaining on him now. The Inters just might be the tire to be on, but let's see. At least one more lap. One more lap will make sure that the Inters are definitely the tires to be on. Who will be the first to go into the pits? Delhi has the best position now to go into the pits for the Inters because he's so far ahead. Silky Stevens has come in for the Inters and he went off track there. Wizard Rex gaining on Bakey so much, who has decided it's pit time and it is Inters time. Would the rain keep pouring or is it just going to be a light drizzle then stop? Is the question. So P gets past Luke there. It's now 8 seconds behind his teammate. His teammates might have picked the better strategy going VSC, but they couldn't have double stacked anyways because they were quite close to each other. As Luke now has been overtaken by Ivy too. 3-second penalty for Wariner, and it is getting slippery. I'm sure that's why a few drivers are struggling here. It is definitely getting slippery. AKZ losing time to Insult behind. DRS is still enabled, so some drivers can still stay out if they can hold on to their cars. What's that Bolt going into the pits? Inters for Bolt? I think so. Let's watch and see. And there's no other option. Merc is also coming to the pit. Destroyer Jack is also coming to the pit. So Bolt and Merc have taken advantage of this now. They were behind Destroyer Jack at the first stint in this one. Before Destroyer Jack went in for the VSC. And now they'll get ahead. Was that Salty Steven I see? That was Salty. Oh, they've lapped him. Wow. Oh my god. A mistake from Salty. Let me just go off him here. Maybe a little bit of commentator's curse. The curse of the eye, the evil eye. As I was watching him there, it just spun. But now 10-second penalty speeding to the pit. Will that be the end of Warrinor's race? Was it just a mistake? Was he actually going to retire? Seems like it was just a mistake from Warren. A 10-second penalty that he has to eat now. Oh my god. Insult still gaining on Deadly in front. These two deciding is they're not coming to the pits. Interesting call from them. Let's keep watching. What's the ball is 29 seconds behind though. So they have enough of a buffer to think of what they want to do. Let's see. They have to come in now. It's too slippery. Yeah, it's too slippery. There we go. Deadly is in. Insult will come in now. But these two definitely be going for the race win here. Does Insult have enough pace to go? Oh, slow down. Slow down. Okay, now let's see. Bolt, Merc. Will they get in front of Insult when he does come out of the pit? Let's watch Insult here. He's coming out now. It's a long pit lane, Imola. Bolt and Merc have started a long straight now, but he is coming out very soon. As you can see, AKZ Deadly is definitely going to be ahead of them. Will Insult be ahead of them? Yes, he will. No, he will not. Boom goes Bolt, and Merc will also get past Insult, and boom, here we go. They picked the better time to come in, and they will be ahead of Insult in this one. 1, 2, and 3. AKZ Deadly, Rusted Bolt, and Merc. It's going to be rain time for Merc. We know how strong he is when the rain starts to pour, and he's going to take advantage of this. But the drivers who have absolutely been shafted here at Ivy and Mr. P on those medium tires that they started on, and the championship contenders will lose a lot of points to Merc in P3. Can he mount his own championship? And no one gave him a chance to win the championship this season, but he's putting his car there, and once again he's putting his car in the perfect position to gain on Ivy. If he does finish like this, Ivy definitely will get past Wizard Rex. We know he does have more pace than Wizard. It looks like he might finish past Wizard, but is he going to catch the rest in front? The race is going to come down to a very dramatic end, it seems. But Rusted Bolt and Merc are fighting in front. Insult will be behind both of them. His tires are just one lap fresher than the rest of them. Oh, is he going to go for the inside move there? Yes, he is. He's going to go slightly deep there, pushing the Kicksauber a little bit off track. Kicksauber, oh, pushed him off a track again, putting the kick on the gravel. Insult with his elbows out. I'm not really the best racing there, but the Kicksauber tried to hold him around the outside and was being put on the gravel, but he will keep going. Very, very rough racing from Insult there. He went for it down the inside. Audacious move from him, and he has cleared the Kicksauber up to P3. Rusted Bolt will be next, but Merc just knows that all he has to do is push at the end. Doesn't look like Destroyer Drag and catch him from all the way back there. Because Merc is good on this inside. Destroyer Drag is also good in the rain. So we'll see if Destroyer can catch up to him, make it a fight. But here we go. Insult 1.8 behind Rusted Bolt. As Insult, I want to watch here. Does he have enough pace to catch up to AKZ Deadly? No contact with Bake. Respond separately. Oh, wow! Synchronized spinning. That's what you guys did. Rusted Bolt is still holding AKZ Dead 4 seconds. Insult is gaining on Rusted Bolt quick. Does Insult have more pace than AKZ Deadly? 12 laps to go. Only 5-6 seconds. He's gonna have to cut him like 5/10 a lap if he doesn't want to catch up to Deadly. But he can do so with the pace that he's showing. But first, he needs to clear the Haas of Rusted Bolt. It's not going to be an easy one. You saw how difficult it was to clear the Kicksauber. He's going to have to push him off track to do so. A bunch of drivers on track do have penalties right now. So the penalties have been mounting up. Will anybody else get? Mr. P is slightly gaining on his teammate, and he's firing up from Ivy to know that he will beat Ivy in this one, but it will not be enough at all to gain significant points on his championship contender. Merc though in P4, a great position to be in at this moment for him in his own championship. But he will want to make more places on Insult and Rusted Bolt. Insult now in that dirty air of Rusted Bolt, and this is where it gets more difficult. He was gaining on him. It is one thing to catch, but to overtake is a different thing. We all know this in Formula 1. As Mr. P now with a 3-second penalty. Ooh, this is not what he needs. Ivy 7 seconds behind. Ivy needs to cut that 4 seconds on Mr. P in front if he wants to finish ahead of his championship contender. As Merc Still behind Insults and Rusted Bolt. Insults and Rusted Bolt just slightly quicker than the Kick Sauber today. But he has that consistency to keep close to them. As something, I think Salty just moving out the way. I thought something happened to Merc there. But Salty getting lapped and having to move out of the way. Salty looks like he's just going to have to take P15 today. It's too far behind Jar Jar Bing to mount a challenge on the Williams in front. Salty, not the best race for him, but he will still get the points, and that's all that's needed. Merc, you have to think about it. Insult, now close enough to Rusted Bolt to think about a move. Close enough in the rain? Maybe not. The dries, yes, but he's not. He doesn't have it yet. He will gain on Bolt as they head to turn 1. But it's in the corners. It's in the corners that he's going to have to reel in that hard. As you can see, better turn 1, better turn 2, and the same in turn 3. He's going to have to reel him in corner by corner. 3/10 now the Aston Martin is behind Haas. His tires are 1 lap fresher, so on the last lap he will just have a little bit of that advantage as Luke gets past Silky Stevens. Up to P9 he goes. Have a little bit of that advantage. He Rusted Bolt on 5 seconds behind them. AKZ Delhi, who looks like he will get the win on this one. Insult is going to have to settle for a P2 because he's taking too long to get past Rusted Bolt, and that's giving AKZ Delhi the chance to run away. So Insult looking to get P2 for his team. Not a bad result for the Aston Martin team as they are mounting their own P2 challenge in the constructors with the Mercedes and the Kick Saubers. Mercedes to the only one driver on track. So both Aston Martin and the Kick Saubers will be beating them so far. But it depends on this. Merc and Insult are going to be fighting. Merc knows that Insult is going to be struggling to get past Rusted Bolt here, so maybe this will be his opportunity to get closer to them. Destroyer Drag has been overtaken by his teammate, Mr. P now up to P5. He will have a little bit more pace than Destroyer. Can he pull out of that 3 seconds? Exactly what we need to, and Insult finally gets up to P2. Now, can he go chase AKZ Deadly? Let's see. Does he have more pace than the Kick Visa RB in front? Or will AKZ absolutely turn on the jets and make it impossible for Insult to catch up? I think that's what's going to happen. I think AKZ has seen that he's past Rusted Bolt now. He's going to be like, all right, let's not make it easy for him. As Iron Shin says, go on, Deadly. Go on, Deadly, your team is cheering on. I think Deadly already has this win. I don't think there's enough laps, racing laps for Insult to catch up and passing. Everything Insult has the pace to do so. Yeah, it doesn't. Western Bolt and Merc will fight for the last position on the podium. This is going to be a very interesting fight between these two who've raced each other for so long. At that point, you know exactly what the other driver is going to do. So a predictable driver, predictable racing makes it harder to overtake. So we'll see what Merc can do. Bolt knows all about him, and Merc also knows all about Bolt. Who will be the one to get the final position on the podium? So P7 seconds behind them. Can he catch up to them? Maybe not. I think they're just a little bit too far ahead. He will be gaining time on them, but they might just be a little bit too far ahead on this one. Unless they start fighting really hard, that will give him the opportunity to actually catch up to them. But Merc tries to pick the inside there. Bolt to defend it. That will give Merc the better exit coming out corner, but he slightly loses the back end. Loses the back end once again. And that will make sure that he doesn't get past the house. He looks for the inside. Bolt is going to defend it. And he has another opportunity now. Keep the back end straight. And this is an overtaking corner. Merc will pick the outside. Bolt with the defensive line. Can he complete the switchback on Bolt? Will he have the traction coming onto that corner? No, he will not. And Bolt is going to keep that Kick Sauber right behind him for another lap. That's interesting fighting between those two. I say they know each other and they're very respectful. So this is going to be a very interesting fight. So these are the ones we're going to watch. Insult, slightly gaining on AKZ, but it's honestly not going to be enough for him to win this race. But we'll see. 8 laps to go, maybe. Oh my god! Ivy has left the session. Race control, invite to Ivy, please. Let me do it. Oh. No, I'm not trying to message him. Oh, Insult's going to the pits. Insult is going to the pits. Is he getting dry? I mean, if he's getting dry, I still think that the Inters will be able to go to the end. Yeah, they will feel shit, but the pit stop is so long at Imola that the Inters might still be the best trials to be to the end. With only 7 laps to go in this one, Insult has gone into the pits. Merck and Russell both in front decided not to. Mr. P is now 7 seconds behind them. DRS has now been enabled, so definitely it is a dry track. But how dry? Few drivers going to the pits. The Strats are going to the pits. Wizards are going into the pits. This is going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be that dry enough. Insult, is he gaining? He's gaining on them. He is gaining on Ivy in front a lot. He's gaining on Ivy a lot. But he's still a lot of seconds behind the rest of the drivers in front. Alright, let's see what they decide to do. Let's see what they decide to do. Doesn't look like it's the best situation here. Doesn't look like it's the best situation to be on the Inters right now. What will AKZ Delhi do? Does he decide to go into the pits? I think the rest of the drivers will do what the leader does. Yep, AKZ will be going to the pits. I think Rusted Bolt and Merck were given a heads up there. And we'll also have to go into the pits. Medium tires, what you have to go on right now. Insult have to go on the hards because he's already used mediums in this race. Can Insult, where will Insult come out when the rest of them come out? AKZ Dead is still going to keep his race lead. For sure. I don't think Insult will be close enough to get past AKZ. Merck. Okay, Merck also went to the pit. I thought he stayed out. I was like, why did he stay out? Mr. P going for softs. Interesting call. Insult. Oh yeah, he's done 2 stops. So he has to go in for softs. Insult will get past a lot of them because he was the first to trigger the dry stop. But now he's 3 seconds behind AKZ Deadly, who's on those medium tires. Medium tires that will be better than his for a few laps. I don't think Insult to be able to catch up to AKZ. Ivy now back in the session, went on old hards. His AI just put him on old hards. Very, very nice. That's Mr. P now 5 seconds behind Merck. He does have that 3-second penalty, so even though it does catch up to him, it's quite difficult for him to pull away from Merck, even with the 3-second penalty sitting on his head. These two, with the dry tires, will be fighting to the end. Insult will get P2 for sure. Will he get P1 is the question. Does he have more pace than AKZ Deadly in front? I think the last 2 laps of this race, that is when Insult will start pulling Deadly in hard. But if he wants to win this race, he's going to have to start pulling him in now. If he pulls him at least 1 second now, then we now get to the last 2-3 laps of the race. I believe Insult has a very big chance to get the race win once again here. And that's going to be 100% race wins and last 2 races for the Aston Martin of Insult. 3.6 behind AKZ Deadly. As you can see, slightly gaining on him. AKZ has to also push. He knows he has to push. Merck knows he also has to push. Mr. P's on those soft tires, gaining on them. But when he does catch up to them, his tires will be absolutely dead. Destroyer Jack on the hards. And Wizard Vex having a good race here. He's in a very good position. P7. One of his best finishes this season so far if he does end up finishing this race. And Stephanie Luke, reserved for Red Bull, who's also doing a good job. Ivy's still not back in the session. He's not getting overtaken by Silky Stevens. This is not good for our championship leader because Merck is going to gain a lot of points on him. So currently Merck is going to get 24 points and Ivy is going to get 12. So that means 12 points Merck is going to cut on Ivy. So at the end of this round, Merck is going to be 10 points behind the championship leader. Another kick Sauber hunting down championship leader as I'm doing the same thing for Tesco in tier 2. And the kicks are not making it easy for any of the championship leaders this season, are they? But Ivy, very bad luck from him here. Still not back in the session. I did send him an invite. I don't know if the race control guys have. I'll send him another one to see. Let's go. Oh God. What is this? I think I have like stick drift. It's annoying, man. I'm trying to just move up to invite him and the thing just keeps moving and moving. But here we go. Like I said, Insult is going to have to start catching up to him now. And he's doing so. 2.7 seconds, 4 laps to go. The hards are going to be better very soon. Will Insult have enough to catch up to AKZ Leslie? He's feeling the pressure now. He's going to have a little bit of DRS from the, I think that's the Williams in front of him, of Jar Jar Binks, who moves out the way. Will he move out the way for Insult? Ooh, this is exactly what Insult needs. Catch up to Jar Jar Binks right now and get that DRS as you head down to the straight. Will Jar Jar Binks move out the way? He's not moving out the way yet. So this is exactly what he needs. He's now in that DRS of the Williams in front. He can get, as Merck now gets a 3-second penalty, and that means for sure that Rusted Bolt also gets a 3-second penalty. What is going on? So they're all now on the same playing field. Mr. P also has that 3-second penalty, but he's on the soft that will start to fall off harder than the mediums in front. And here we go. Insult, 2.2 seconds. That DRS that he got from Jar Jar Binks has now put him in that 1 second buffer with 3 laps to go. This is going to be a very interesting end. The Aston Martin hunting down that Visa B, who thought he had an easy win here, but Insult is not making it so. He has to push here. He has to push where you have. Put on everything that you have now, AKZ Deadly. Push as hard as you can, because Aston Martin is not going to make it easy for you in the last few laps of this one. 3 laps to go when they cross the line. At this yellow flags. What's going on there? I think it's Pax again. And Mr. P is going to have to start clearing these drivers that he's lapping, but his tires are falling off now. He's not going to catch up to 2 drivers in front, but these 2 have 3-second penalties, and they're going to have to finish ahead of each other if they want to finish this race. I also a drop of rain again. Am I tripping? Insult now, 2.6 seconds. He did gain on Deadly, but Deadly has put on the jets now. Okay, Insult will have another batch of DRS. Here we go. He will have another batch of DRS on his fight with AKZ Deadly. And down the straight he goes. Let's stick on him to see if he does get that DRS. Does he? No, he does not. He does not. He wasn't in the DRS zone when he was behind that Ferrari. So he's just going to be pure pace now if Insult wants to catch up to Deadly in front. Merck is slightly out of that DRS. Can still keep close. He has it, so he's going to hold on to Rusted Bolt. This is going to be this is a very good drive from these two. My driver of the day will be any of them who finish on the podium, Rusted Bolt or Merck. Between these two, so it depends. Whoever finishes on the podium here wins driver of the day between these two. Insult doesn't quite have enough. I don't think he will have enough to catch up to AKZ Deadly. 7 laps on the dry track with Inters is helping the poke, a dangerous game to play. Yeah. I didn't know it would get dry so fast. Maybe it was like wet for a while, but they all decided to go in, and that was the right choice. As you can see, for sure, that was the right choice. But they were already losing so much time to Insult too. Ivy, oh my days, Ivy's. This is difficult to watch. If Ivy, okay, Ivy is not going to lose the pace for Warren. Lucky for him, because right now all he's getting is what, 9 points. So it's 12, 10, 9 points for Ivy, and Merck is going to get P4 24 points. So Merck is going to be a few points behind Ivy, so he can mount a championship fight to the end of the season. Ivy is going to be difficult to go against Ivy because Ivy does slightly have more pace than Merck. We all know this. But Merck would definitely not make it easy for him. Few laps to go. Salty with another 3-second penalty. AKZ Deadly 1.9 seconds ahead of Insult. If Insult can get into his DRS at the end of this lap, maybe he will have the opportunity. But like I said, last 2 laps of this race, that's when Insult will start to pull in AKZ Deadly closer and closer. And this is exactly what he's doing, corner by corner. His hard tires are better. The hard tires always get better than the mediums 6 laps. After 6 laps, that's it. The hard tires are better than mediums. I know this guy always starts on the hards. You just have to hold on for those first 5-6 laps, and you're smiling as long as no safety car comes out. But Insult now is gaining on him. He will not have that DRS, but he will be in DRS zone on the final lap. So he's going to have to make a move, not in the DRS zone, but in one of the corners as Insult is. Oh no, that's it. That is it. Pushing very hard to catch up to Deadly there. Gets the 3-second penalty, and that will be that. Deadly will definitely be your winner. The penalties have racked up. They've all gotten them. And Merck now will be under pressure for Mr. P, both on the 3-second penalty. Championship contenders. And Merck will have one more lap to keep Mr. P behind. Rusted Bolt to get your podium. He will be your driver of the day. That's Insult doesn't have enough to catch up to AKZ Deadly. But it looks like Merck, does he have enough to hold Mr. P behind? It's going to be the last lap of this race. Insult. I told you he's going to be in that less than 1 second buffer, but he has that 3 second penalty now. And he's going to have to make the pass in a place that there's no DRS. But look, he's going for the dive, the same dive that Insult did on Merc a bunch of laps ago. Luke is going to clear the Ferrari or Wizard Rex, who's going to have another opportunity now. With that DRS, Silky followed him too. And on the final lap of this one, Luke is going to be leading those drivers. 3/10 now. The Insult is right behind AKZ Deadly. Can he push Deadly to get a warning? Maybe get a penalty in this one. No, he cannot. He's going to go two more corners. Insult doesn't have enough. Deadly is going to stay in front. Will Insult go for the dive that he did on Merc a few laps earlier? Yes, he's going to. The Insult is going to take the inside. Insult is going to cross the line first for sure. Does Deadly have the traction around the outside? He does. He gets back in front of Insult. Insult gets back in front of him. Photo finish to the end. The Aston Martin crosses the line first, but Deadly will take your win here. Rusted Bolt takes P3. Merc will settle for that P4. Mr. P will take P5 on the road. Destroyer drag. The McLaren's very strong points for them here as they continue their constructors fight. Stephen Luke is going to finish in P7. If Silky Stevens has no say about that, can the Aston Martin do what his teammate did a few seconds ago? Not close enough to the Red Bull. So the Red Bull is going to keep the Aston Martin of Silky behind, and it's a strong finish for Stephen Luke as he takes P7 for the Red Bull outfit. Silky will take P8 and Wizard Rex will finish in P9. Parkour's going to take P10 for sure unless Bakey has a say about that. The rest of the drivers have been lapped, so their race is over. Ivy in P12. What a miserable day for our championship leader. He definitely will be absolutely gutted. I don't know if his connection just didn't get back and running, but that will be the end of his fight. Bakey will take P11 behind Parkour. And that will be that. AKZ Deadly wins your race. Insult, what a drive. I have to give it up to him. What a drive from Insult. He did take the win. Oh, what? Oh my god! What? Why is there a car? What? Why is there a car just... What? What? Isaac just stands at the top of the podium. AKZ Deadly is your winner. It's going to be accompanied by Insult and Rusted Bolt. Aston Martin and the Haas team will definitely be happy with that. As the champagne is going to taste the best. The team celebrates in the Kicksab, in the Visa RB. I can't keep calling it Kicksab, Visa RB chat camp. AKZ Deadly is your winner here at Imola. He finally takes that win that he's been looking for since Silverstone. A good race, a good tier. These everyone, thanks for the racing. Yep, thanks for joining. Jaja, good job. AKZ, your race winner and the fastest lap. Beautiful. 36 points for him, the full lot. As driver of the day, I didn't even have to give him driver of the day. The game did it for me. Rusted Bolt is going to be my driver of the day. Like I said, if he did get that podium ahead of Merc, he will get driver of the day, and he did so. Most overtakes from Wizard Rex. A good race from him too. With a good finishing result. Wait, let me... Oh no! Ah! I didn't get the finishing order, did I? It's alright though. I got it, we got it on screen, like before the end. But I didn't get it right. I also didn't get race director, which I usually do for people. So if you need to report anything, sorry I didn't get the race director. But there's that. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That's been tier 1. We have been UFRL. I'll be Willie Fernandez. Tomorrow we're gonna have tier 2 at Vegas, and hopefully another interesting race. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have been UFRL. I've been Willie Fernandez. Good night and goodbye.